We're live. We're live. Hi, everybody. How are you? It's time for another edition of what we call Skip Happens. It's good to see you, even though I don't see you. Good to see you. Miss Ray's over here.
Good to see you.
And here we are. We are in the pod zone, which is adjacent to the laundry room. By the way, it's through that door over there. But, so if you see my wife kind of come down with a basket of laundry, that's what's going on. But here we are. Huh?
I said pay no mind.
Pay no mind. Well, you won't see it because cameras are on us. So that's the deal. Here we are. And we're just, this is like conversation. As you know, last night with Skip Happens, I interviewed Olivia Harms, which is cool. So if you didn't go back and check that out, go back and check it out. It's really cool. Her mom is in the Country Music Hall of Fame. Her name's Joni Harms. So if you want to do a little search while you're watching us here chit chat about life and things that are going on, feel free to do that. I mean, I would let you. And comments, by the way, if you want to make a comment, you want to get involved in the conversation that Miss Ray and I will be having tonight. All you got to do is just whatever platform you're watching on, just send us a message, and we'll see it.
Yeah.
And I won't answer it.
I will.
That's what I mean.
We'll get right to it once we notice.
Exactly. So welcome, everybody. And here we are. It's, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but we are sitting here the night before Thanksgiving. And Miss Ray has said, I want to do this again. We had you on last week.
Last Thursday. And we kind of had to adjust. So that's why we're on the eve of Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know exactly. We're going to try to do this every Thursday.
Yes.
And talk
every
about
Thursday.
And all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
This is fun. And I noticed that you have a lot of friends.
Really?
A lot more than I have.
Why do you say that?
Because they're all like commenting how, because you have such an
amazing support system.
You have a great bubble.
Yes, I do.
And who you keep in that bubble, there are a lot of rare, really good people, I can tell.
Yeah,
so
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, just keep an eye on your bubble.
Yeah.
In case somebody, just saying, you don't want somebody to pop your bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what else is going on?
Nothing much. We're getting ready for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Thanksgiving. We're getting ready to eat all that yummy food.
Yeah, it's fun. What do you do on Thanksgiving in your house? Now you live in Fulton, which is north of Syracuse. I don't know where you're watching this, but
this year we're gonna keep it low key. We're gonna just spend it with the family, keep it very intimate, and I can't complain about that. I love my mom and dad.
Yeah.
I love that kind of setting, like where you get to have really in-depth conversations and one-on-ones. You know what I mean? I appreciate those moments, and I don't get enough time with my mom and dad.
I love that.
So I'm glad that I get to take that time with them.
I don't believe that happens all that often anymore, where you spend time with your parents, and you really should be. And I think maybe it's the way you're being brought up. It's the community that you live in. I think it's that whole relationship. You feel you can talk to mom or dad about anything.
Right. I mean, it's one thing to be a daughter and try to make time for your family. I couldn't imagine being a father or a mother. You know what I mean? Like yourself, where, you have to balance this work and professional life, and then you have to go home and you have a family at home. So you have to be able to be present and be there for your family. And
it's hard.
It is, I'm sure.
It is hard. And doing what I do, being, I don't mean this in, it's not an ego thing at all, but being Skip Clark, and I've been Skip Clark for a lot of years, been doing the radio thing for a lot of years, but every once in a while, you got to take that Skip Clark and put it on the back burner. And you got to be you got to be the father. You've got to play that other role.
Yeah.
And I've had people say to me, can you stop being Skip Clark for once?
Well, can you stop being Skip Clark?
It is so difficult.
I'm sure.
It's very difficult.
And I'm sure it's exhausting. It's a front that you have to put on, a persona and a personality, and I know artists deal with this all the time. And even down to a local level, like you have to play this persona for people. And I think that's admirable that you continue to do such a good job.
Skip, your mic is hot, man. Is it hot? Is it too hot? Is it hot now? I don't know. My friends that they actually have a YouTube channel, Co-Vacation. Hopefully I said that right. All right. So,
Vacation.
yeah, and they
I
take
like
a lot
that
of trips. And my friend Alyssa is on. Hello, Alyssa. Is my mic okay?
Yes. Can everybody hear us?
Hello.
Let us know in the comments.
You know, I have to tell you, I went on and I watched his podcast the other night, Co-Vacation. Look it up on YouTube. So cool. They travel. I mean, they've been everywhere. You name it. I think they've been there. So, yeah, I brought it down a little bit. Thank you. Didn't mean, I was wondering if it was a little hot. I was playing with the settings a little bit, but you got a great, I'm plugging your YouTube channel because Covaction. So he spelled it out for me. You have to do that for radio people.
Yes.
You have to do that. It's phonetically spelled.
Yes.
There you go. But going back to, just real quick, I believe many years ago, I DJ'd their wedding, this couple. So
that's awesome.
That had to be
amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That was like 2007, I think.
Can I ask a question?
Oh,
How long have you been DJing?
So, all right, as you know, you look at us. Reality is, I am old enough to be your father. If not, I could probably be your grandpa, because you're in your low 20s. Yeah. I'm above retirement age, and I got grandkids. I got 8 grandkids. So, that there's a big difference there. But so I've been, it was my senior year in high school. I went out and started playing at weddings. And then I really got involved, and I was going like every weekend for a lot of years. Every weekend. I didn't have a free weekend to not be Skip Clark, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you started being Skip Clark at a very young age.
I started being Skip Clark at a very young age. I started being Skip Clark when I was in junior achievement. In high school, because I'm proud to say I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I love this stuff, and you see me every day around the radio station. And
I wish you guys could see the equipment that this man has right in front of us: the cameras, the mics. Well, if that doesn't scream geek, I don't know what does.
But you're a geek.
I am, because I came in and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
I love it!
Look at all this stuff. This is awesome."
Yeah.
So him and I.
He's asking, how did we meet? Go ahead, I'll let you explain that. How did we meet?
Yeah, so last summer, I did an internship with 92.1 The Wolf, the radio station that Skip also works at. And we would go to promotional events at the amphitheater. I don't remember the first show that we saw. I wish I did. But that's where we first met. It was at amphitheater events.
Somebody reached out and said, "Hey, we have an opening. Would you like to work like on our promo team?"
Right.
Which promo team, we try to take college kids. We try to get them involved in the business, and to get your foot in the door means a lot. And getting your foot in the door was working these events. Whether it was setting up the banners, the pop up that we fought with every time, it didn't blow away.
Oh my gosh, that stinking pop up.
But then it was fun, and you get to meet a lot of listeners, and it's pretty cool.
Yes. So. Yeah. Meeting the listeners is actually one of my favorite parts. I love meeting people and talking to people, and I love music in general. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No matter what genre, I think that music is amazing, and it's a universal language. And to be able to interact with people that are there to enjoy music and spread that joy just as much as you're there to do that is amazing.
Exactly. I as you know, being around the radio station every day, then I'm listening to all types of music.
Yes.
And we get Miss Becky going, I remember that from the 80s or the 90s. I danced to that. I was shaking my ass at USA Sam's, and she's hilarious.
This is what we used to do in the club. That's my favorite. She's like, Reagan, I'm going to put you on. This is what we used to do. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Exactly. So, that's how we met. And Reagan has said that she'd love to do something like this. And I just love having her here. Invited her over to the Pod Zone, and here we are. So, yeah. And music is definitely a universal language and is a big part of our soul. That is so true.
I agree.
That is so true. And the wedding was not in 2007. It was in 2001.
2001.
Again, should I ask, was that before you were born?
That is before I was born. I was born in.
Well, okay, that's all. You don't have to go there.
Yeah,
but I totally get it. So I totally get it. But you know what? You went to school, you graduated. We talked about this last Thursday, but you graduated from Oswego.
Yep.
Now you're into the radio thing, and we're, getting you into the digital side of things. You're doing our socials, and whether it's the website, whether it's our Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. How relevant is Facebook nowadays, though? Is it right up there? But think about that.
I think Facebook's very relevant.
Okay.
I think it really depends on the audience that you're trying to attract. I think that Facebook's great for people that are over like the age of 35. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things, like everybody has it. It's something that people use to keep in touch with their family. It's a great communication platform. But for younger audiences, I think we kind of have to steer in a different direction and go towards Instagram and go towards TikTok and do more.
Is Snapchat still, or is that like gone?
I think, I don't know. I'm not a big into Snapchat.
But remember, there was a time Snapchat was
the thing.
There was also a time that MySpace was the thing.
That's true. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if your dad was on it, but I know I had a MySpace page. So.
And what was your name on MySpace?
I don't know.
What was your username?
I think I just used. I think I just used Skip Clark. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I wonder if I could go into like Wayback Machine and bring up, because you can do that with websites. You can go like way back. I don't know. I don't know if you can do that with MySpace though. So I have no idea. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, I asked the question, what about websites? How important is a website now?
I think it's very important.
Because I wonder how many people really go to a website. It must be, I don't know. I think people go to the social media side. I mean, I realize the website's also online and maybe tied into socials, but still, I think people will go to TikTok or Instagram or Facebook before they go to a website now. And I think a lot of people get their news from like Facebook or the other social media channels. You know what I mean?
And I totally know what you mean. They're all great traditional avenues, like traditional platform media avenues to try and reach more exposure and stuff. To get more audience engagement.
Cool. I love it. So what am I? So, tonight I'm Skip Clark. What am I going to be when I turn the mic off and the lights?
Yeah. Who are you after?
I don't, and we started talking about that, and that's where we kind of went off subject a little bit, but you talk about the artist, and I talk to the artist, as you know. I talk to the artist all the time, and I want to get you involved with that as well. And, for example, I got Graylin James coming in next week. Not coming in, but he'll be on. I'd love to have you sit in on that as well. But
I'm down.
I'll
be there.
See, this is what I like about you, because you are there. You want to do this. And I believe that you can, and you can do a very good job at it. So
I'm really interested in perspective. You know what I mean? I'm interested in different approaches and questioning and asking different questions. And I think that's why I love what I do, is because you give me that avenue and that platform to ask.
Yeah,
these artists what I want to ask. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah. The thing is, the whole idea, whether we're doing this or interviewing an artist, just be real. Just like you and I are having this conversation.
Human, yes.
Yeah. So that's all. Just, kind of relax and just have a conversation, because they're no different than you and I.
Right.
Everything's the same. So tomorrow, go ahead.
I was just going to say, throughout all of your experience.
Here comes the question.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
I have questions. Relax. Yes. So we were kind of touching on these like traditional avenues that we take to get more exposure and market our station. What are like other ways that you think like we do that or could do that?
We need to get out. We need to get out of that building.
Okay.
We need to.
All right.
we need to, as a radio station or even as a podcast, we need, I'd love to get out of the studio. I mean, this is one thing, and I get it right now, and I love doing it this way. But still, we need to be in the eyes of, our listeners. We need to be shaking hands. We need to have them involved in what we're doing, whether we can go to a venue, there's an event going on. And if you want Skip Happens there, you want the Wolf there, you just got to let us know. I mean, that's what we need to do. But there's a big issue. And which is there's two people right here that would be doing it. And we are like the only, let's just be honest, we're like the only two.
We have a very light crew.
Very light.
Yeah, very light.
We can fit in my Colorado, all of the whole staff, but but that's the problem. But I think that's one thing we could do better is to get out into the public, to get out more.
I agree. I think that'd be awesome. Get more involved in the community, go to more venues that have local and live music, which is something that I actually, since working at the radio station, really learned is like the importance of local radio and local artists and local engagement. And I'm sure you can attest to the importance of that.
Oh, totally.
How that really shapes.
Matters. It matters.
It does matter. And it especially matters for artists. Like they feel so appreciated. They feel so welcomed when they know that they have listeners and a radio station that support them and love them and care for them.
Being local, I mean, the artist will walk through the front door. He knows he's going to see somebody. He knows he's going to be shaking hands. He knows he's going to be talking to the guy that's actually on the air. I mean, and that's what's happening inside our building down on Kirkpatrick Street.
Could you say that it's kind of that moment where we touched earlier on how you kind of have to play that persona, and then these artists come and they have to, they always have to play this front. They got to be this big artist. They got to play celebrity. And then you kind of go behind closed doors to like a radio room, for example. And you learn,
and it changes.
These are just humans.
They're humans. It changes. Yeah. And I think once they walk through the door and you just, hey, dude, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. Shake hands.
Have you always felt that? I'm sorry to interrupt. Have you always felt that way, that when you go back there and you talk to these artists one-on-one and you have those intimate, close conversations, that these are just people, or do you?
For the most part, once you break the ice, it's like anything goes. You talk about things that, just about everything, because they're only human. And a good example of that, Drew Baldridge. He's been here a couple of times. He's made it big. I've gotten to know him really well. My son actually took my Drew Baldridge hat.
I was just going to mention
put it on his Christmas
you just
tree.
Texting him the other day?
So I had my son Zach say something to Drew, and I sent it to him. And immediately Drew texts back and said that, you made my night with that. And now Drew is in New York, because if you're watching the parade tomorrow, not just on in the background, Miss Ray, but if you're actually watching, but actually watching the parade at about 11:30, you're going to see Drew. And I text him already because he sent some pictures saying, I'm in New York and this and that. I said, cool,
how exciting.
Dude, you've made it. So, I mean, but that's what these artists are like. And we've broken that ice and we've become, being an artist is his job. And I'm sure he loves it, just like I love doing this and I love doing the radio. But we're also friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's his job. This is my job. So, and I got Bucky on tonight. Did you see Bucky?
Which is kind of ironic because there's no Bucky's in New York, I don't think.
No, so there isn't.
It's ironic.
Now, I had my sister-in-law pick this up coming back from North Carolina. She went like a roundabout way. No, not Miss Becky. Nope. It was my other sister-in-law. And they wanted to go to Bucky's because it's like the world's biggest truck stop. I've never been there, but to be honest with you, I want to go. It's kind of cool. This is like humongous. I mean, you name it, it's in this truck stop. It's amazing. It's called Bucky's.
That's so cool.
We don't have any here. Nope. What do we have? We have a Pilot. I think that's down on 7th North Street. I don't know. I think that's the biggest truck stop I know around here. So I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
But I don't know how we got there, but that's all right.
It doesn't matter how we got there. So yeah, no, exactly. So do you watch football? I mean, will you have it on, or what do you watch?
We have football. Like for Thanksgiving, we got football on. We got the dog show on. We got the Macy's parade on. I know you outed me. I do that's like good background noise. I'm really there to chit chat, eat some good food, not really watch TV, but yeah, that's always on in the background. What do you put on the TV?
Zach, my son, will watch the parade, and the parade is on in the background.
Yeah. It's a tradition.
It is a tradition, and we always wait for Santa to come down. He's always at the end of the parade.
Yeah.
But now, knowing that Drew's in it and probably some others that we've come across.
I'm sure you guys are really going to watch this year.
We will. Yeah. We will. Absolutely. And you watch the dog show.
Yeah.
What's the name? Do you recall what the name? Because there's a few different dog shows, but I'm like, my dog would never be able to do that. My dog can't do that. Are you kidding? You want to watch Rossi on a leash? You know how they're like, when you ring the doorbell to come in, it's like
Rossi gave me a hug.
Yeah, and really gave her a hug.
He actually gave me a hug.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now I look at it and I go, oh, those dogs aren't right. They're so well behaved and they're beautiful. But so it says, I know Skip asked before, how do you feel about AI and how it changes things? I feel like it's trying to undermine us as human artists.
I think that's a really good question. I kind of want Skip to have his opinions on AI, and then I can share my thoughts.
Skip happens. That's my opinion. But it's funny because as you know, I embrace new technology. I mean, if somebody my age, it's very uncommon. It's hard to embrace something new. Nobody likes change. I've learned to accept change, and I've learned to go with the flow. And just before I get into it, if you do not go with the flow, if you do not change with the technology, if you do not keep up with today's standards, you're going to go backwards because everything is changing so fast. The world is changing so fast. There's so much going on. Now, when it comes to AI, there's two sides to AI. I'm trying to think of the right words here. To use AI, you have to use it to help you, not take over, but to assist you. And it's good, but you also got to do your homework because you can't trust AI for every little thing. You know as well as I do, I've had maybe some brain farts at work and I'm trying to write a promo or I'm trying to write a commercial. And I love copywriting, by the way. But I don't want to get lazy doing it. And I'm afraid AI may make me a little bit lazy, but still I can put my thoughts into the computer, into AI, and say, I need different words, but this is what I'm trying to say. And how can I make this flow? It'll come back and give me ideas. Whether I like them or not, it all depends. Let's just be honest that I had somebody call in sick today for tomorrow, or, the weather girl. All right. Violet. Mm-hmm. She's not feeling well. So I actually took her forecast. I know I'm going to have other radio people go, oh my God. Yeah. But what I did was I put it in AI and I had it read the forecast. And I put a little Skip Happens touch on it. You watch me on the computer all the time.
Skip Happens magic.
Little magic. Just a little magic. Do I have a little? It's cricket. So that's the Skip Happens. Put my magic on it, and it came out pretty good. I hate to say it. But you cannot let it take over. But in a situation where you need to get something done, it's there to help you. Now, the other side, with our artist, with all that going on, there's a song out there that it's like at the top of the Billboard charts. It's a country song. However, there's no such artist. And it was all AI. And it's terrible because these artists, these songwriters, these people are, this is their bread and butter. This is what they do. And you cannot they are the most creative people in the world, these songwriters. And AI is trying to do certain things. And I'm afraid the way everything is changing, it wants to take over, and we cannot let that happen. And I'm not going against what I said before. I firmly believe you got to keep up with the times. But how are we going to make that work? Does that make sense?
I think it definitely makes sense. I think it's one of those things that we have to be responsible with because it's so accessible and it's very, very convenient.
Yeah, AI is scary. That's right, Regina.
Just like you said, being lazy and stuff.
Yeah.
But using it responsibly, I think, can be helpful, very helpful.
Exactly. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. Like all these skip happens moments are going through my head right now that it's like I'm thinking about this. So he's saying for work, I love these comments and thank you for writing in. For work, I find it 70. I don't have my glasses on. I find it at 70% for the data it shares with me as an engineer. So yeah, all right, I get it. I think that's what it said. I should put my glasses on.
I think that's what it says.
Yeah. Can you read it? Oh, you got glasses on.
I have glasses. I can try to read it a little bit. I think you got it right.
Oh, there it is. For work, I find it at 70% for the data it shares with me as an engineer. So that's cool. So let me ask you, how often do you use it as an engineer? Are you using it every day or let's see what we can find out here. I think that's interesting when it comes to AI. I give it a C-, he says.
C-.
Ah, yeah, C-.
While he answers, I'm actually going to ask a quick question while
Please.
We're on the topic of AI. Do you think AI has changed the format of radio in any way since it's coming out?
The format?
Or any way that radio or any radio-related information? Do you think?
Well, I don't know if it's really changed the format, but
or the way a jingle might go.
Oh, yes, because that goes back to what I was saying, whether what we call it sweepers or we call it imaging or the radio jingles. Sometimes it'll write those. It can produce those. Here again, though, it's taken money out of the pockets of people that do that for a living. So, I mean, we have a voice guy at the radio station. I mean, every radio station has what they call their voiceover artist, the guy that does, announces the radio station, 92.1 The Wolf and all. That's Dave Morris. And that's his bread and butter, or John Williard, which John he was voicing my podcast here for a little bit. He's the voice of the CMAs, but all this stuff is scary. And you can also take those voices and put them in AI and try to recreate that. And that's not right. That's not right.
That's scary.
So exactly. Exactly scary. 100%. Yeah. So he said maybe 10% of my time, maybe, when it comes to using AI. He says I use it for searching Outlook because the built-in search has degraded. Oh, okay. With Outlook. I get that. Totally get that. So, all right. So football, though, if you do you know who's playing tomorrow?
I don't know who's playing. Do you know who's playing?
Packers and the Lions.
Which team are you rooting for?
The dog show. Chiefs.
Fair enough. Good answer.
And you know what? I mean, my wife's side of the family comes over there when they get done hunting. They come over and they'll be hunting in the morning like they do every Thanksgiving. Then they come over for the dinner and we put the game on the big screen upstairs. But so then they fall asleep on the couch. The Packers and the Lions, you got the Chiefs and the Cowboys. The Cowboys are terrible. The Bengals and the Ravens. Those are the three games tomorrow. Then the leftovers on Friday. Leftover Friday football. I call it leftovers. Just you get it right. Football. What is that? I'm with her.
Exactly. The dog shows where it's at.
You got the Bears playing the Eagles, and they're both 8-3, by the way, in the season. So if you follow football, that'll be the one to watch on Friday. And don't forget about the Bills playing on Sunday afternoon, and that's a must-win for the Bills. So it's a must-win. They're playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So I almost said Philadelphia. Boy,
oh goodness,
shows what I know. Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy stuff. Yeah.
That is crazy. Could you ever announce well, you do some announcing for the Mets and stuff. Do you think that you could be an announcer for football?
When you say announcer,
like
in the stadium or on like as a broadcaster? You know what I mean? Now there's two.
Both. Would you
like there's play-by-play?
Maybe a broadcaster, not a.
Well, that would be the play-by-play. I don't know. I see. You got to know a lot about the sport. Come on. I said I was a geek. You know,
You football geek?
I know what a football is. I know what a basketball is. And of course, I obviously know what baseball is. But, the actual, all the plays and all that, I know about the tush push.
The tush push.
Have you heard of the tush push?
I haven't heard of the tush push.
It's when you get down to like, you're just ready to go into the end zone. And the tush push is they push you through. They're trying to make that illegal. You never heard of that? Well, you learned a new phrase.
I
did.
You
go home and say, I learned about the tush push today.
I will. Or tomorrow when someone does a play and they do the tush push. Now I know.
There you go.
I can yell.
There you go.
They did a tush push.
Yeah, that was on the podcast last night. Skip told me about the tush push.
About that.
I love it. What were you saying? I just lost my train of thought.
You're okay. We were just talking about the football games.
Yep. So they're on all day, and then the desserts come out. Wake everybody up. Get a piece of pie. Do you have pie? Do you guys?
I'm not a big pie person. We do have like a chocolate pudding.
Yeah. I love chocolate pudding.
Yeah, chocolate pudding pie.
I might come and crash.
Maybe pumpkin. We're not big pie eaters. We prefer.
What's your favorite pie, though? If you do have pie, do you like a favorite pie? See, I like cherry. I love apple. Pumpkin, I'm not a big pumpkin pie eater.
Maybe like a coconut cream. I like graham cracker crust.
Okay.
So anything that's got some graham cracker crust or
that could be like a chocolate pie.
Would you count cheesecake as pie?
I guess.
I would count cheesecake as pie. I'm going to vote cheesecake.
You're a cheesecake person.
Yes.
I would too. Regina says the Eagles are masters at the tush push. Yes. And then they're trying to make that illegal, by the way. But I don't know. Engineers love pie. P-I.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. So anyways, so it's pretty quiet at the house tomorrow.
Yes.
I know. Depending on when you're watching.
Is it going to be chaos here?
It'll be chaos here for a little bit till they fall asleep.
Turkey puts you right to sleep.
Well, you know why? Do you think it's what's in the turkey?
I think that there is something in turkey that
I have something in my notes here about that. Let me find it. No, there was something saying it's not the ingredient of turkey that puts you to sleep. It's how much food you eat that puts you to sleep. I don't know. I had it in my notes here somewhere, but I don't know where it went. But
that's all right. No worries.
I did. I actually said, you know what? If we talk about turkey, I'm going to talk about this. And now I know it's. I don't know.
It's lost.
Now it's lost. But yeah. So here we are. Skip Clark. It's Miss Ray. The Skip Habits podcast. So, this is so.
This is exciting. This is fun.
It's exciting. Sorry. Made pumpkin cherry. Oh, Regina. Oh, my God. Made pumpkin cherry and maple cream pie and an apple crisp.
Maple cream pie. That sounds delish.
It does sound good.
That sounds so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Regina,
we're going over to Regina.
No, she could drop one off. I'll have Nancy open the door and she'll bring it down.
Yes.
Yeah. Regina and her husband Billy sit next to us at the Mets games. So that's great people. Tryptophan is the reason is the enzyme in turkey that makes you sleepy. Well, that's I read that, but in my radio prep recently, like today, yesterday, it's supposed to be in my notes here, says it's not that. They say it's the amount of food you eat, unless they're just trying to pull a fast one on me. So I don't know. But I was saying that Regina and her husband, Billy, sit next to us at the baseball games when I'm not working the game. So,
right.
Cool. And now this whole family works at the Mets. Do you realize that?
Yeah, your whole family. Yeah. Your wife works there.
Nancy's there if you go into the Mets office during the day. Yeah, she's the director.
Yes, I was just going to say that. She's the director of first impressions.
For the Syracuse Mets.
Yes.
And then I'm in the PA booth every once in a while, and Zach's up there doing stats and getting things ready. So that's pretty cool. What's
your favorite part about being like a personality? You do DJing and you go on the Mets and you become a personality. What's your favorite?
I just love entertaining. I just love making people smile. I think that, that's what I love. It's not some will argue about this, but it's not an ego thing. It really isn't. I just love making people smile. And when I've DJ'd for God knows how many years, and I did weddings almost every weekend. That's the biggest weekend. Chuck would tell you that. That is the most important day in somebody's life. And to make it happen and to make it all just go like clockwork is so satisfying. You know what I mean? And they will never forget it. If you mess up, they'll never forget you.
Yeah. They'll remember. But
and I did
if
mess
you do
up
a good
once.
job,
Yeah.
You did mess up.
I mispronounced.
Skip messed up.
Oh,
Skip happened and he
Skip
messed
happened.
up.
Yeah, and that was before we had Skip Happens. But I mispronounced the name in the wedding party. Names are the worst. You know that. I think you hear me talk about that. And but names are the worst. And I mispronounced. They were very upset at me and they demanded some money back. But it was a lot of years ago.
Really? They wanted money back for a mispronunciation.
Yeah. They said, no, that's, so we want at least $50 back. And you know what? I mean, just to keep peace, I sent them the $50 back. And I said, I apologize, but it happens. I mean, nobody's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. It's all part of life. We all make mistakes. We're human. Skip happens. Exactly. That's how this came about. I said, what are you going to name the podcast? And I look at your life. Skip happens. So pretty much how it all happened. So, Regina, you're so kind. Skip is a true people person.
Yeah.
Am I?
You really? I think you are.
I'm the guy that eats all the candy at the front desk.
Well, you're also around the office. We often say too that you're a people pleaser. You know what I mean? Like you're always looking to make people happy, and you often put yourself on the back burner, which is okay. Sometimes that happens, but Skip happens, but you definitely try to look out for other people in their best interest.
I do. And I don't know if that's good every time, all the time.
We were saying earlier, we mentioned this is your fatal flaw.
That's right. You did.
Yes.
You said that's my fatal flaw.
Yes.
And I said, wow.
Because it's a good thing, but sometimes it comes to bite him right in the tushy. And then it's like, oh my gosh.
Right in the tushy?
Yeah. Right in the tushy.
If you said that to my son, he would go, do you mean his ass? Because that's what Zach would say. By the way, his birthday's coming up this weekend, too. Can you believe
it? Oh, my gosh.
He's going to be 25.
25.
Saturday. Yeah. It's hard to believe, huh?
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. It is wild. And as a matter of fact, I'm surprised he hasn't poked his head down here yet because you're here. So
I know. I didn't get to say hello to him before.
You'll get it.
Last time I got to say hello.
Yeah. So do you have the decorations up at home? Is it that time of the year that
we're firm believers in waiting until Black Friday to start decorating for Christmas because we like to get through Thanksgiving. We don't want to start things too early because if we decorate before Thanksgiving this year, next year will be before Halloween, and then the following year will be in August, and before we know it, Christmas will never go away.
Do you do things on the outside of the house? You put lights up or anything like that?
Yes.
And you still wait till after Thanksgiving to do that?
So
it could be snowing like crazy. It could be 20 below.
Doesn't matter.
In Fulton, you could have 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And your poor dad is out there putting them up.
Dad's not doing that. I'm out there. I'm the oldest. I don't have any brothers. So when it came down to manual labor, they were like, Reagan, you got this, girl. You got this. And it hasn't changed. They're still like, Reagan, you got it, girl. So,
growing up, we always waited till Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving was over, then the tree went up and, the whole house changed over. Now, as you saw today, all our trees are up.
The house is lit up.
But I went out and invested in those permanent lights, which we've talked about those before, but they'll stay up all year. I love those. Depending on what the holiday is, I'm going to change them up. But the inside of the house,
I love that. You can do like pink for Valentine's Day, green. Every month you could change it up for the holiday. That's awesome. The
Christmas tree that I got, the lights, it's the Govee product, is at Halloween, I can make it into candy corn. Think about it.
Gosh.
It could be a huge candy corn.
That's awesome.
Is it Ray or Ray? All right, Chuck, you got to ask that question. I don't know.
I think he's asking for spelling.
Oh,
spelling
okay.
check.
So we said it
I
was going to be REA,
Yeah,
right?
REA, because my name is Reagan, so that's REAGAN. So I thought
Miss
shortening
Ray.
that, yeah. And
She
it
goes,
gives its own originality, you know what I mean?
all my
Ray.
friends call me Miss Ray.
Yeah, that's what I told him. That was a hilarious conversation, actually. It was me going, well, actually, I think this is a great thing to talk about.
Yeah.
I went up to Skip because I was like, hey, like, actually, it started with you being like, hey, I want you to be on the radio a little bit, you know?
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, I love that. Let's do this. So we got onto that. And then as we did it more, I would refer to myself as Reagan. And I was like, I kind of want to be like, have a different name. Skip's real name isn't Skip. So why can't I kind of play on my name? So I asked him, I go, can I be Miss Ray? And Skip sat in the studio like this. He's like,
Hmm. Let me think about that.
Yeah, he's like, and then yeah, it was, and then the next day he's like, I like it. I like it. And as we continued to say it more, now every time he walks past my desk, it's Miss Ray. Miss Ray.
Exactly.
So
I do like it.
on him.
It really
like
has.
Too.
It really
and
has.
It means a lot to me. That name means a lot because it was given to me by one of my bestest of friends. Shout out Seth. So to be able to have one of my best friends be able to kind of give me a name and then be able to use that name professionally, and
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I have been Skip all my life. I am a junior, and I think, well, what I was told, that because I'm a junior, they wanted to just give me a different name. If somebody called a house and asked for Clark, they didn't want to go. You want junior or senior? So I don't know how they came up with Skip. Maybe I was skipping around the house. I don't know. But so I've been Skip Clark. I mean, well, when I started radio, I just said, I'll just go, because everybody called me Skip.
Just stick with it. Yeah.
So I went with Skip Clark, and I didn't want to be like a Dick Clark or anything like that, but I was Skip Clark. And I've kept that ever since I started radio, like in my sophomore year of high school or whatever it was. God, that was a couple of weeks ago. Long time ago. But yeah. So, and I don't answer to Clark. Nobody knows me. It's
as
Skip.
Clark. Yeah.
I mean, you see it, you hear it.
Everyone refers to him as Skip.
Yep.
And the more we keep referring to me as Miss Ray, the more people kind of are doing that as well. They're kind of like, okay, Miss Ray, Miss Ray. And
exactly.
It's just interesting to see you kind of fall into that persona. And I think it's really cool too that we get to like kind of keep a part of our real name, like our real identity, if you will, and then play into like this other character.
Nowadays, a lot of radio people do not change their name. They go with their real name.
Yeah, even people we work with, like at the Dinosaur, most of those DJs have their first and last name that are actually that's their name. So yeah.
The only place I'm called Clark would have been in high school or the police station. So those are the two places. You laugh.
Your birth certificate.
I grew up in a time. I know. I grew up in a time where you did a lot of things. Nowadays, you wouldn't be able to get away with half the stuff that we did back in the day. And don't get me going.
Oh gosh,
it'd be interesting. So, what's the most trouble you ever gotten into?
The most trouble I ever got into, Skip. You know my mom and dad are watching.
Are they? I don't. Oh, maybe they are. You know what they're doing right now? They're going, Frank,
right,
Frank.
Everybody,
Let's
plug your
listen.
ears. The most trouble I ever got into, drum
roll.
I don't know if I want to.
No, okay, you don't have to.
It's just like,
did you have to pay the consequences?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Heavily paid the consequences, not by like my parents, but sometimes we drink too much, and that comes to bite us right in the
Miss Ray.
Yes, I was too young. And
you know what? It happens to all of us.
Yep.
All right.
And never make that mistake again. You mess up once and you'll never do it again.
Did mom and they didn't know? They didn't know about this?
They knew. They knew.
Okay.
Right. Because I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I had to clean up the mess that I had made. So that was like the punishment. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
everything was kept the way that I had
Yeah.
left it, and then I had to pick it up.
See,
So
when I was obviously, as we've mentioned, there's a big age difference, but
mhm.
growing up, you could drink at 18. That eventually went to 21, obviously, but at the age of 18, and a lot of us were still in high school. And because I was such a geek, I was on the AV club, on the AV squad, at the audiovisual, the kid that, oh, I don't know.
The only this is terrible. I
No,
was going to say the only time I've recently heard about the AV club is in Stranger Things, talking about talking about the radio,
oh
trying
my
to talk
God.
to people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the last time I heard about the AV club.
well, okay, but we were if somebody had a problem with a movie projector or whatever,
Mhm.
they'd call somebody, like I was on the AV, certain hours, and then, all right, I got to go down to Mrs. Romano's room and 112 and fix the 16 millimeter projector. That's old, but still,
Oh my gosh.
but we, being in the AV club, we would work the school plays. And my senior year, we were doing the show Oklahoma. And after it was all said and done, after a couple of nights, it was a great show. The kids, everybody did. I call them kids. We all did a great job.
Were you in Oklahoma?
No, I was the guy pushing the like buttons, up and down, curtain up and down.
Okay, so you were crew.
I was crew. Thank you. Crew. Good. Yep. And but afterwards, it said, we went up to our what do they call the chaperone? There's a name for that. Somebody that watch, that's in charge. Okay, I know.
Like your administrator.
Yeah, what you know what I mean. But anyway, somebody's in charge. So afterwards, we had our party.
Mhm.
Everybody was there, and we were drinking champagne, cold duck champagne. It's gross. I can't even believe it.
Cold duck.
It's called cold duck, but got totally hammered. And I remember they took me home. My buddies took me home. They were fine. They were driving, but I can still remember this. And it was God knows how many years ago. They pulled up the end of my driveway, opened up the door on the van. It was a 40 Econoline van, opened up the side door. And I look up and I see my mom standing in the garage door, watching. Because it was like
hands on hips,
middle of the night.
Was your mom one of those moms that had like a mom look? Because I know my mom is. If she snaps her neck and looks at me a certain way, I know like
the mom look means you're dead.
Yeah.
You're
gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And back then we got it. So
yeah.
But anyways, and I remember going, okay, I'm fine. I went to get out of the van. I went right on my face. So my buddy, Steve Douglas, Rick Davis, God, I still remember. I still see Steve once in a while and we laugh about it, but they picked me up and carried me to my mom. And I mean, the world was spinning in the house, and she sat me down at that kitchen table and was pouring coffee down my throat. It's the middle of the night. It had to be 3 or 4 in the morning.
Gosh.
And it was a Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday morning, bright and early, I was in that front row at church. They made me go to church. We're not hardcore churchgoers. I mean, I'll be honest with you, and not meant to, it's not bad. It's just, we weren't, but my mom made me go to church. And I was ready. I mean, I was throwing up. I was, it was, my head hurt. So that's the worst. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Instead of going to church, I had to, like I said, clean up the mess that I had made the night before.
And that's pretty bad. It's like,
that was,
yeah. And then, not feeling well on top of that.
I learned my lesson.
You do. And you know what? I mean, I'm sure your mom and dad, maybe they laugh about it now.
Yeah, we can laugh about it now for sure. But in the moment, it was not funny.
No,
and
same with me. But you know what? We look at life now. That's a lesson learned.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't drink much now. Maybe a little winter jack.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 21 and I just, it's just one of those things. Maybe that one time really bit me.
Yeah. See, so it's like, you don't need that, right?
Right.
You don't need that.
No.
And don't let, you are your own person.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let somebody say, oh, dude, if you don't want to do it, you don't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead,
actually
I'm
have a
listening.
question. What is
Okay.
one of like the most awkwardest moments you've had? I kind of talked about Hardy falling in my arms, you know what I mean? And that being on the last episode, and I was like, I was wondering what's one of like the most awkwardest moments you've had with an artist or a memorable moment along those lines that may have happened off camera, maybe
no,
on
this was definitely
camera.
on camera. It was definitely, well, I don't know if it was on camera, but it was in front of a lot of people. I was on stage.
Oh my
As you
gosh,
know,
I'm already uncomfortable.
I know,
I was on stage,
but my
so
zipper was
everybody's
down. I mean, it was,
how did
it's just, people were pointing and laughing. And it's like, I had no idea. All of a sudden I looked, oh my God. You don't realize how, and it happens, you know? I mean, my zipper was down. I am in front of how many thousands of people introducing a big time country artist. And I'm walking off the stage, pulling up my zipper because people are like, oh, look, your zipper was down. You know, that's one of those crazy moments, I would say.
yeah.
That you
That's
know,
a great one.
and I let the things like that bother me. It's like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God.
They
oh
bother
my God.
you?
Well, I laugh about it, but still, it's just the way I am. I'm very self-conscious about certain things. And, you know, last thing I need is for
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone to be like, oh my goodness, he got wicked nervous.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Exactly.
I got the nervous piece.
I did.
He's in
Yeah,
a rush.
yeah. I gotta go.
Yeah. And then he's put on the
go.
spot. And
exactly. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure you were out of town. So we're just.
No, it was here.
It was.
It was here. It
I'm
was
trying to
downtown. It was at the War Memorial.
Okay.
It was at Old Dominion. Who was it? Trying to think of the band. Yeah, I don't recall. It was quite a few years ago, but still, yeah, it's one of those moments. And if, you know, because when you're on stage, yeah, you know, when you're doing these shows, you have the lights on. You really can't see what's going on, but people can see you just fine, obviously. But you can't really tell, you know, before you go on, you got to make sure things are taken care of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which I do now, by the way. So if you ever, I mean, I know you see me do on stage things that I always make sure, okay, I'm good to go. Deep breath. Let's go.
Yep. You do.
I get nervous. Just like you do when you sit down here. I get nervous.
I do. And the nerves don't hit me. I told Skip this right before we started. I go, the nerves don't hit me to do this until right before. Like it can't hit me an hour before, a day before. It's got to hit me right before.
You know, that's normal though. I mean, from a guy here, you know, that does this a lot and get nervous.
Yeah.
But the minute you open the mic and you start talking, it's like it all goes away. All goes away.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I almost fell off the stage?
No.
It was Casey and the Sunshine Band. You know, it was a 70s group, but it was at the fair. And I was introducing the acts. And it was the night show. The fair used to do shows like 2 p.m. and then again at 8 p.m. or something like Chevy Court. They always had the same act, but they hit 2 times in the day. And I was doing the nighttime show and the lights were so bright and I was out there and I was walking around and I went off the front of the stage, like my foot and went, whoa. And I almost lost it. That was enough to scare you because you can't see it because of the spotlights. You know, they're in your face. So
you do on stage work outside of just being a DJ and stuff. Kind of behind the screen. Do you enjoy both of those things? Kind of being in front of the camera, behind the camera.
I love doing all that.
Just all of it. You love all of it.
I love doing it.
You're not afraid of public speaking?
No, because I'm a good bullshitter sometimes. No, but no, I'm not. I mean, I get nervous and I think about it. But here's the deal. When I think about it, if I think about it too much, then I screw it up. I need, for example, I got my notes here. You know, I just glance in, okay, we're good to go. But if I start to panic and start looking, and then I'm going to, no. I get on stage and I have a good idea what I'm going to say and how I will do it. So, and the same thing with different events. I've done banquets. You know, the people we have come in to do our public affairs stuff that you schedule, and there's some great people coming in, and they always have these events, and they're always looking for people to MC the event. I tell every one of them, if you need somebody, call me. I'll come out and do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's
a great networking opportunity.
It is, and that's the way I look at it.
Yes.
And I'm not doing it for the money. There's no money. It's a matter of just saying, all right, I'm here to help out. I've done this before. Let's make this flow. Let's, get this program.
And you're really into audio also, which is something that I don't think a lot of people would know about you, is that you're really interested in editing audio.
Love it. Love it.
So that's really cool.
It is. And that's where as you can't see it on camera here, but I got a full, on the other side of the room, I can do the Wolf Show, what I do. I can do voiceover. Whatever I need to do, I can do it from over there. I can log into almost anywhere and anything with what I have, which is pretty cool. But I love audio. I love playing with it. I come down, I'll go into my studio, come down here on a Sunday morning and just play, try different things. And you know what? And that's how you learn. And if you're watching this, just play, learn things. If you screw up, then okay, well, that sucked. I'll go back and do it over again.
Yeah,
You've watched me do things in the studio at the station, and I love that. How you can mix and match and change the sounds and echoes and the drone noise and everything that we use. There's a lot of different names for all that stuff, but it's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's pretty cool. It is. And audio is, I love this. Chuck says, audio is more important than the video. How wild is that? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because if it's bad audio, you're gone.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
You go to the dealership, it's gone. All right, it's a joke.
It's an inside joke.
But you should never do inside jokes because nobody knows what they are. So I caught up time. The Chuck is great. You can tell he does his own podcast. He does his own YouTube channel. And like I said in the beginning, he travels. Him and his wife, Lori, they go all over the place. And I love what they're doing. He says, I cut up tune. Hang on.
I cut up tune for the video.
Oh, it does say tune. Okay. Yes, learn by screwing up. I do that every day editing. Exactly. And that's how you learn. And yes, bad audio drives viewers out faster than, junky video. It's so true. And what do I say when certain audio comes into the radio station? You have been a witness to me going, that sucks.
Yes.
We cannot air that.
Yes.
Because it's just, if it's annoying, people are going to tune out. They're going to go. And that's the last thing you want.
You really care about listener experience for sure.
Is.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you being a woman, me being a guy, we hear things differently. I don't know if you know that.
Interpret things.
No. You hear tones. Yeah. Women have a
Really?
different way of hearing. They do. Different. Yeah.
That's
didn't know that.
interesting.
It is.
I
It's
really
so
didn't
true.
know that.
And when radio stations, a lot of them use processing, like, the final product that you hear coming out of your radio, all that's coming out of a processor. I hear it raw in the studio. You do as well. But what you hear in your car or what's coming out of your radio, regardless where you are, that's the final product.
Yes.
But women hear that differently. They hear different tones. So you kind of program your processor for women. Seriously. Because women are the ones that make the decisions. Women are listening. Women are the most important thing.
Is this just like for your station, or
No.
is this in general?
In general. It's the way it was when I worked for Clear Channel for a lot of years before they went to iHeart. So, oh yeah. And
That's
I worked for Buckley
interesting.
Broadcasting back in the day. Been there. Trying to think. Oh my God, so many different companies. Watched them all change. It's crazy. And, working, I don't know if you've been in the iHeart studios. They're absolutely beautiful. But they got all the bells and whistles, but nobody to run it. So, everybody's gone. It's a shame.
Right here in Syracuse?
If you, I don't know if somebody's watching this that works there, they're probably going to get pissed at me. But still, if you...
Skip happens.
Deal with it. Let's say you win something from one of the radio stations. You go to pick up the prize. There's nobody at the desk. Now, we have our Becky. but there's nobody at the desk. There's a little console there. Have to push a button. Somebody comes on, so and my name is so and so. I'm here to pick up. All right, so maybe down a minute. There's nobody there to greet you. And when I worked there, we were manned 24 hours a day. There was, we had all these different radio stations.
What year did they like boot everybody out?
Oh, I don't know. It's been an ongoing process. Okay. So I want to say within the last couple of years that, it finally went all the way like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I'll let a little secret out. I was asked to go back to work there a couple of years ago. I turned it down. And I'm afraid, I think it was the right decision because I love where I am and I love doing what I'm doing. And I love working for the people that I work with and work for.
Me too.
But this is family. This is what, we are. But over there, it's corporation. And I don't mean this in a way, it's hard to explain, but you're a number there. You're a name with us. Does that make sense? It's like people care. Maybe we don't make the money we would be making if we were over there. Maybe. But you know what? Money isn't everything. Happiness is.
Yeah.
And if we can laugh and it's,
have a good time.
Have a good time. And you don't tell HR what's going on HR is involved. So, I'm just kidding. We have a good time with it. So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. I was waiting for another question.
All right, you're kind of in a position right now where, you like country, you're really into country and you work for a country station. What is one of those genres of music that you've had to DJ for that you kind of struggled with? Or have you ever had to be put in a genre or?
When you say DJ, what do you mean? Like out and about doing a party? Or do you mean like radio?
Like radio.
I have never worked in a format that I couldn't handle. I have never worked hip hop or rhythmic. Never. I didn't do that. And that's one thing I probably wouldn't be able to do. When they first put the radio station Moving on the air many years ago, I was the midday guy there. That's after things changed at Clear Channel. I was hired by Craig Fox and, that's where I went. But that wasn't really hip hop or rhythmic. It was like throwback dance tunes. It was really a cool station. And the commercial for Moving 100.3 and 96.5 was people shaking their butts with that music. And it was a great, great commercial.
Like twerking or?
Like the tush push. No. But no, it was a great commercial. And I should post it. We have you seen the TV commercials we produced?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? I will make sure they get posted as well because I do have those and you'll get exactly what I'm saying. So that was cool. But every radio station I've worked, I was on Y94 for a lot of years. Our competition B104, I spent 16 years there. Things changed. I was at the Oldies channel back when they used to call it Oldies. Now they call it Classic Hits. Mm-hmm. But, and that's our station, The Dinosaur. But before that, WSCN used to be in Baldwinsville. It was owned by Buckley Broadcasting. I did mornings there. It was Skip Clark, Barb Gibbons, and the morning crew. Barb, God rest her soul. She's passed on. But so that was crazy. I was getting up every day like at 3:00.
Oh my gosh.
By the time you shower and get ready to go to work.
Would you prefer early mornings or late nights?
That's a good question.
Because I would prefer early mornings any day. Any day of the week. Ask me to come in at 5:00. Do not ask me to stay there until midnight. I would have to agree with you because when I doing the morning show, driving into work, especially in the middle of summer, watching the sun come up, it's the most beautiful time of the day. Oh, I'm sure.
Most beautiful time of the day. And you know what? You just kind of shift your schedule around to make it work. You're in bed at 8:30, 9:00. Then the alarm goes off at 3. It's like, There's nobody on the road. I
Yeah.
drive to work certain times to be trucks, drunks, and me on the road.
Oh my
And it's like,
goodness.
oh, this is not good. But yeah. But so he's do you guys still talk to Vinny Lopez? I do. Videographer, while you DJ'd. Yeah. Got me into this video thing, by the way. Yeah, Vinny was great. Vinny was great. So cool. Thank you, Chuck. That's a good question. Yes. Yeah. So no, but I've also I worked overnights for a long time. And it used to be back in the day, if you're going to work radio and you wanted to learn how to do it, work the overnight shift because number one, there was nobody there to bother you. Number two, if you screwed up, hey, you screwed up. Who cares? That's how you learn, as I mentioned before. But to have, to be able to do that and get that experience, that's how I got the experience. I was going to school. Then I got a full-time gig working overnights. I would go into work 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, I used to stop at Wegmans. I worked at a radio station called WFBL overnights back in the late 70s. Long time ago, girl. And then they were on Old Collimer Road. But I used to go in, I'd stop at Wegmans, pick up my food for the overnight, and then I'd go into work. And it was just great. It was just great. It was just so relaxed and so cool. And that's where I learned. I learned a lot of things working the overnight shift. It's kind of crazy too. And you're not alone because people that work overnight, they depend on the radio to keep them company, or they did back then. I'm sure now, we have several different opportunities or platforms that people listen to, but
right, our biggest competitor has been streaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, so streaming. Sure, yeah. If you ask somebody, for example, your age, say, what is radio? They go, oh, that's Spotify, that's Pandora, but that's not really radio. So yep. but that's what they subscribe.
That's
let me ask you this, would you pay for radio? Because people pay, because people pay for these. I mean, you can get the free platforms, but you got to deal with the commercials. But there are a lot of people that do pay, so much a month.
Yeah, as a younger person, I think kind of realizing that radio is really good to get more exposure to a more variety of songs that you're interested in than you might not normally get access to. You know what I mean? Like, when I go to streaming, I'm listening to the same songs by the same artists that I normally like. Like, I think for streaming, it's more artist based, while radio, you get just a whole bunch of varieties of songs. So you get to get more exposure to different people.
So you think you hear the same songs over again when you stream?
Personally, yes. That's kind of how my streaming experience is, how I engage with it is like I'll listen to the same song like 5 times throughout the week, and it's on a rotation with 10 other songs that I've also been listening throughout the week. And then I'll get sick of those and it's time to switch out with a new 5 or 10. But sometimes I'll tune into the Wolf, or I'll tune into the Beat, or even the Dinosaur, just to hear songs that are new that I might not normally get access to, because streaming also follows an algorithm. So it's pushing out content that is you like, in that
it knows what you want.
Exactly. And radio doesn't really do that. It kind of is more broad. So I think if you're looking for more songs in the genre that you're interested in, then radio is phenomenal. It's amazing.
Would you say you would go to radio to hear new music first? Because a lot of people they'll hear certain songs, new music, before they hear it on the radio if they go to the stream for whatever reason. But one thing I do with the Wolf is when a song comes out and I know it's going to be good.
I think the Wolf's a little different.
I will
because
play it.
that's what I was going to say is you do a really good job of trying to not just go with what's mainstream, but like I know you a couple weeks ago you interviewed Tyler Nance, and he had a really awesome song. I believe it was called "Keeps Me Sane."
Yes. It's gone viral.
Yeah, and there's other artists where these smaller artists who aren't really getting as much credit as they deserve or might be getting, they get to be put on the radio, and then they get to try it out and
I get it.
Get that exposure that they normally wouldn't get if they were just continuing to stream.
Exactly. And there's a lot of these. I don't know. Do you have satellite radio? You don't. You probably don't have it in your car that's got 137,000 miles on it. And it's a 19.
It's not a 19. It's a 2007.
All right, let me do the math there. 2007.
It's a few years old.
It's like 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, I get it. But no.
I mean, I can listen to FM, AM in my car. I can't do like Sirius XM or anything like that. But
yeah. Do you know what an 8-track is?
An 8-track?
8-track.
No.
Okay.
What's an 8-track? And
do you know what because
I know what a cassette looks like.
But you never used one.
No.
I'm just saying, that's the difference because I grew up. We had I
grew up doing having CDs. Yes.
Yeah. And now they're pretty much gone. Everything is
right.
On a flash drive, or you have it. It's on your phone. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy. It's a crazy world. Like, see, that goes back to what we were saying before, how things continuously change. And if you don't keep up with it, I mean, these are things from the past. Yeah, they're cool. I had an 8-track player in my car.
That's wow.
And we had, then we, the CDs, and you had the 6 CD changer, whatever. You'd have that in your trunk, and you would load it up for trips and stuff. And, but it was crazy. It's crazy. Now, plug the phone in. Or, whatever you
Which
have.
is what I do. It's just connecting to Bluetooth and playing music.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Here we are.
Yes.
So you ready for the snow?
No, I hate the snow.
Wait a minute, girl.
Which is crazy because I live in an area where we get a lot of snow. But when I went to college, it really
that's right. You went to Oswego.
It changed something in my brain chemistry where I was like, I hate snow. Like, it's not fun and enjoyable anymore. This is torture. But it's better than tsunamis, tornadoes, anything along those lines.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. So Chuck is saying 8-track was cool. Endless loop with stereo tracks, 8. He goes, click. Oh, the click. When he says click, because when it would change tracks, it go click, click, click. And it'd be a pause. And CD came out in 1983. But he says I was an early adapter. Whatever. I think last dude. Chuck, I can't read this shit.
Oh my God.
Put
your glasses on.
Oh, I don't know. But maybe I'm just getting old. But it's all good. It's been fun. It's been fun.
This has been fun. This has been a good one.
It's been a good one. Any further questions of the old man over here? Guess not?
I'm good for tonight.
You're good for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, I'm an open book. Miss Ray's over here too. Mm-hmm. Back to 8-track. Loved how the foil strip would make the contactor and shift the head down and up. Oh my God. Yeah, you wouldn't understand any of this. I get this. I get what Chuck is saying. You can bump up the fonts. Oh yeah. Dude, I do. I totally. God. I wonder if I have an 8-track player in the back room. Probably not. But we've had fun. And Mr. Ray over here to my left. And of course, I don't know which way you're looking here because we got this. I got a new camera in here. So we got her all hooked up. And we're going to try to do this on a weekly basis. If you got anything you'd like to discuss, feel free to, let us know. You can just subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to give her all the rights to my YouTube. And she's going to be able to, take care of some of that. And, we need to work on our algorithms. Is that how they say it?
Yes.
Because I know Chuck's having a problem with this too, is getting our podcast out there, getting our YouTube channel out there. And it's a very crowded space. I get that.
It is.
But if you're doing something that's fun and informative,
and I think we bring something a little different to the table.
We do.
You know what I mean? Like music, we touched on this earlier. Music is a universal language. So everybody loves music. And then him and we're alike, but we're very different. But I think that's what makes like our content really interesting is that you and I have two totally different perspectives, but somehow they just kind of makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
And look for us. We'll be out, you know, if I'm out doing a show, chances are Miss Ray's going to be there helping out as well.
Come say hi.
You know, over the weekend, we did one with Kelsey Hart. We were at Kegs, and he hung with us all afternoon for the cornhole tournament. And then,
you know,
we
all
had
night.
Our
Howlers Classic Cornhole, which was a great event. Thank you, everyone that came out. Kelsey played with us, which was so awesome.
Wasn't that wild?
I think it, yeah.
Really?
I think it was just so cool to see an artist really take a large chunk of time. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't just spend like 20 minutes.
No. He hung out. He says, I'm here. Let's play.
Yeah. And
he was a ringer, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying. He says he doesn't play, but he lied.
He did great. It was awesome.
He did great. He did good. Yeah. Just reading some. Chuck is writing, it's tough with the algo does its thing and the beach is crowded. True for you guys and us in travel. Just need to resonate with people, and maybe the algo will reward you. I see what he's saying. So it's kind of cool. See, I can also do this. I can put this. Did you know I could do this?
So our viewers can read them. Yes.
There you go. See, then if I said I don't like the comment, goodbye. I could do that. No, Chuck, I love you, man. As a matter of fact, we need to get Chuck and his wife Lori over here, and they can sit at the table with us, and we can talk about
we can talk about vacationing.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, they've done it.
Travel.
I watch his Facebook page, and it's like, dude, really? Where are you now? You're in Iceland.
Iceland? That's where they're at? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Iceland. One of my label reps moved to Iceland. Yeah,
that's so awesome.
As a matter of fact, she's up there by a volcano.
Oh my goodness.
But I you know, it's absolutely beautiful there. So, anyways, okay, we've rambled enough. We can. Yes, you're right. He could log on from there. We could just bring him up on the screen too.
Oh yeah, we
could do that too. We'll do it. We'll work on it, Chuck.
We'll get in touch for
absolutely, absolutely. Miss Ray, it's cool. Thanks for hanging out.
Yes,
Pod Zone
thanks for
today.
having me. See you guys next week.
My home is your home. My Pod Zone's your Pod Zone. So we'll see you next week. Make sure you log on. Subscribe to Skip Happens, and you can leave us a message as well, and one of us will definitely get back to you. And if you'd like to come on Skip Happens, it's wide open. Yes. You know, certain nights I do the artist, and other nights it's going to be Miss Ray and myself. So thank you for watching, y'all, and it's youtube.com/@Skip Happens Podcast.
Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes,
Thanks for watching.
Good night, y'all. I said y'all.